Greetings and salutations. I've got a kind of a wish list update on the inventory, and I know this has been talked about in the forums pretty extensively, but I don't think it's been broken down to this degree, and that's why I'm doing this in video format, is to really kind of get and show the examples of what kind of needs to be tweaked that couldn't really be articulated in text format. It probably wouldn't come across right. So in this video, I'm going to show you some examples of what I'm talking about. And if you agree or disagree, please chime in if you have some different insight or if there's a different way to manipulate these settings. So for example, I have an inventory pretty much full of trash. I mean, just a bunch of random stuff, right? So if I clicked heaviest, and then if I click weapons, it should populate the weapons at the top, which it does. And if I click armor, it cycles the heaviest armor to the top. Consumables, right? It pushes the heaviest consumables to the top. I'm sorry, that was materials. This is consumables, head to the top, right? And then building material to the top, which is fantastic. Now, my tweak to this is that if I have it to where nothing's selected and I say take all, it just dumps the entire inventory. But if I have materials selected, and this is where this comes in like super important, and I go to more and say give all, it should just give the materials that are selected and not the entire inventory. So all I'm asking for is for these tools, are these filters, to have more relevance. So if you have weapons selected and you go, and it's only if this is selected, or maybe there needs to be, maybe there needs to be another category here where you click more and it's going to be give all info, and then maybe it should be give all selected as a third option, so that way I could filter out, and that way I'm not in this scrolling purgatory, because this game's like you're constantly digging through inventory looking for stuff. And if you can figure, I love how this is consumables, right? Awesomeness. But if I could go more, click on more, and then say give selected, because I have selected my consumables selected, it would just give these three items that are highlighted in the filter. And I'd also like to see tools added to this right here. So you have weapons, armor, materials, consumables, building items, and there should be tools right here. That's the only tweak that I think I would do to this. And then for here you could do, if I go custom, the way this works is you can preload how you want the inventory to be. And so if I go to heaviest, right, let me uncheck this, and then I go back to custom, it's going to be exactly how I loaded it up before. So if I have some crazy arrangement in here, it'll put it back to the way that it was, which is good. But I feel like this needs to be utilized, and maybe have tools in here also. Maybe have armor. And so these categories are building materials, are tier 1 materials, tier 2 materials, building materials, tier 3 building materials, and just flush this out, because I've just figured out how this works after 800 hours trying to make a video on getting my head wrapped around the functionality of this. And now that I realize that if you have it in name and it doesn't put it, I guess it still does. And for me, I felt like it never put it on the top. They might have updated something, because before I always had to do heaviest and then it would cycle to the top. Yeah, it would cycle to the top. So wood is a consumable. Yeah. So this is kind of a wish list inventory, and it would not take much to do. It was just, the big thing here is whatever filter you have selected, you would just go more give selected. So this filter would have the functionality, and I could just give the armor. More give highlighted or give selected, whatever they want to call it. No big deal. All right. Thank you for watching.